lately because one, he has kids with Khloe Kardashian, and he cheated on her with this new baby's mom, and her name is Maralee Nichols. So he's been in the news because he had this baby with this lady who he did not want to have this child with. And the mother of the son, the baby is now 8 months, has accused Thompson of not paying support and never seeing the baby since he was born. He says, yes, he had sex with her, but he didn't want to have a baby with her. So the question is, does consent to sex mean consent to parenthood? Because the backbone really of Roe v. Wade was that a woman can consent to having sex, but that does not necessarily mean that she consents to having a baby because she has sex. So the question has to be asked and answered. If a man consents to having sex, is he consenting to parenthood? Because they both are equal. So if she's not consenting to parenthood when she has sex, the man should be held at should have that same option. So, and this Tristan Thompson this is a perfect case study, if you will, for Roe v. Wade and the consent to parenthood. So the DNA test was conducted and confirmed that Thompson was and is the father of their son, and so he was ordered to pay child support. Besides Thompson being accused of cheating on Khloe Kardashian, he was accused of telling Nichols to get an abortion. According to Francesca Bacardi from Page 6, text messages produced at court showed Tristan addressing the parties' relationship, and even with respect to her pregnancy, insisted that she get an abortion. So he wasn't with it from what it looks like from the very beginning. And these text messages came from her, not him. She produced these messages. So if these were texts from her, there were probably phone conversations and everything. He allegedly offered her $75,000 not to have the baby. So he was like, no, I don't want this. So stopping right there, if a man tells a woman that he does not want her to continue the pregnancy and she has the baby, shouldn't he be able to opt out of any financial responsibility? Because a woman, even if she carries the baby to term, has the option to either give the baby up for adoption or there's safe havens. And when I say safe havens, let me explain. Well, first, the government funds adoptions. According to the Office of Administration for Children and Families, or ACF, the Adoption Assistance Program provides funds to states to facilitate the timely placement of children whose special needs or circumstances would otherwise make it difficult to place them with adoptive families. So the kids, there's a program there just in case. And keep in mind, while the mother has the government-funded option to not become a parent or have no responsibilities, financial or otherwise, to the child, the father will have no say, rarely have a say in whether the child even goes up for adoption. It really has nothing to do with him. So financial or otherwise, he's out of the loop. But if the mother decides to have the baby, like in this case with Tristan, he has zero control over the decision. It's shut up and pay up. Then there's the safe havens or baby Moses laws. And according to the ACF, beginning in Texas back in 1999, these laws were enacted as an incentive for mothers in crisis to safely relinquish their babies to designated locations where the babies are protected and provided with medical care until a permanent home is found. So there's still options, and abortions are still available. So all of these options are available for the mother, and yet the father is pretty much in limbo based on what she decides. So again, in an equal country or equal world, how is that equal? If a man is saying, look, I don't want a baby with you, I had sex with you, but I don't want anything else to do with you, which is the case here. When they drop whether adoption or the safe havens, mothers are not criminally prosecuted or held liable for abandonment or any other crimes. And I'm not saying they should be, I'm just stating facts. They're not, held or punished or prosecuted or persecuted. There's nothing negative stated. There's no stigma on mothers that do this, if anybody even knows about it, because they're protected. It's not like they're deadbeats or anything like that, because they chose not to be involved with this baby they just delivered. If they say, I don't want to be a parent, there's nothing negative. And if you dare criticize them, you'll be the one that faces the wrath of this culture. You're the one that will be wronged. So I'm gonna pull up the first one. This is from page 6, and this is a text message this is the text message, one of them that the mother shared that Tristan sent her while she was pregnant with the baby. Let me see. And as you can see here, and this was, like I said, from page 6, I thought I put the source up, but so as you can see here, it's all kind of, I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but some of the stuff in here says, you know how I feel. I won't be involved at all. All you will have is a baby with a father who has zero involvement with a child and a few $100s. He's telling her that. So if the man is telling you, I'm not going to be there, I don't want anything to do with you or the child, why would you then carry the term and then not seek other options? It's, is that not being selfish? Is that not considering the baby and how the baby is going to grow up without a father, because the father is telling you, I'm not going to be here? Even if she didn't want an abortion, why, like I said, why wouldn't she seek other options? But instead she's not alone, has a baby, sues him for child support, and then she complains that he hasn't seen the baby, and he's after he's been born, and that he hasn't paid a penny in the child support after the DNA confirms that that's his child. He said you're gonna get a couple dollars. He said that's okay. You'll get some money, but I'm not coming around. So what is she complaining about? That's what the fuck is that? So recent reports say that Thompson has in fact been paying child support. I don't know, I'm sure it's not enough, but he's been paying something, because the reports are saying it's still in litigation. So I don't know what that means. I'm sure it's not enough, because apparently she's still allegedly, she's still sending subliminals or whatever. So once again, page 6 reporter Bacardi was on top of the saga and let us know that Thompson's attorney sent a letter stating that he is, quote, paying and has paid child support to Ms. Nichols retroactive to the date she delivered the child, end quote. So why is this news. Oh, because he's not seen the child yet. But then the pattern continues, because you have to look at with the whole fatherless crisis thing like that. I often talk about, or I have been talking about more lately, about parental alienation, right? And where mothers don't let fathers see their children. But then you have to consider this aspect of it, when the fathers say they're not going to be involved with these children. So then that responsibility has to fall on the mother's shoulders. We have to stop blaming men and fathers for these actions, because then the mothers and the women go away scot-free and the pattern continues. And that's why I call it a fake crisis, because you fixed a problem. You don't keep perpetuating everything that goes into it. You don't keep feeding into the problem. And this apparently is a problem, because everybody talks about it. Oh, the fatherlessness, the suicide rates, poverty, dropouts, teenage pregnancy. You see it everywhere. You see the stats. You see everything about this, but no solutions are offered. So, of course, the mother's apparently telling people on social media, or you know, I'm sure there's leaks and sources say he hasn't seen the baby, and you know, the people who have everything to say, the people that have everything to say about child support and kids and how to raise your kids and what you're doing right or wrong. Who are those people? The people with no kids are, you know, have everything to say about Tristan, and he needs to do this and he needs to do that. They always had the most to say. They're saying, guess what? He hasn't seen the baby yet. And I know if I see the same shit, like, I know what's going on, and I really don't pay attention to a lot of the tabloids, but except for Cardi B and Offset, I do watch that. I do watch them. But they have to see it too. So if you know that he didn't want to, why are y'all asking why he hasn't seen them? He said he wasn't going to. And that's a grown ass man. So let's prop up on my, I don't know. So they actually called him a deadbeat because of this. So let me pull up. This is the second one. Let me make sure this is the right one. Okay, so this is back in March with Perez Hilton on his page. So Thompson, who seems like a pretty cool guy, I mean, he has some kids here and there, but he seems pretty cool. So he posted a charity that he was hosting, and he got dogged out and called a deadbeat. So according to the Perez Hilton site, the NBA star took time out to promote Purple Day to raise funds for epilepsy research and awareness in honor of his own brother, who is living with the neurological disorder. So as you can see, he was told to go meet your child, try to be a father figure to him, try to raise money for kids who he doesn't pay a dime for his. And y'all know that's some bullshit. Why should he be treated like that when he said from the jump what it was going to be? And if the tables were turned, she would be treated like she just did the most. Like, oh, she was so responsible. She knew she didn't want a child, and she just, you know, said, no, I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that. I'd rather just drop my baby off at a safe zone or give my baby up for adoption to a better family. I just would rather walk away instead of, you know, having a baby. Or it's just different. The scales are not even. And anyone that says anything to the contrary of what is being said, they would be attacked. They would be attacked. And you see it all the time. If you say anything contrary to what is already written, the keep it in your pants mantra or anything like that, you will be attacked or canceled, as you know, whatever the culture is. But she would be able to not, she would be able to get away with what he cannot get away with. And that is opting out of parenthood. When putting both sides into context, how can Tristan Thompson be a deadbeat when he told her, at least one correspondence that we've seen, that he wasn't going to be there? He was very honest. So how is he the deadbeat? I would consider her more of a deadbeat because she went on with the pregnancy, I would say, for a check. Because the actions, how she moved around after that would suggest that she was more concerned about the money than her baby having a father. And if she was really concerned about, or she didn't want or believe in terminating a pregnancy, then there were other options that would pretty much guarantee that her baby would grow up and be adopted with, you know, in a loving family with a loving mother and a father, and do the nuclear family structure that this country allegedly loves so much, because we always hear about it. Single mothers and all that kind of stuff is always talked about. So those are just my thoughts. So I don't agree, of course, with I hate the word deadbeat and all that shit. So no, I don't think Tristan Thompson is a deadbeat dad. I think he is the complete opposite of a deadbeat dad. I think that fathers or men should be able to opt out of any type of financial responsibility when they say that they do not want to be parents. Because if mothers can do it, fathers should. If women can do it, men should be able to do it too. And it's definitely a double standard. So that's my video. It is like so hard to make my videos anymore. Like, I can't just hop on and make a video. It's so much work to even just produce something like that. I can't say how, who, what, but it's just not easy. So I thank y'all for, you know, watching and everything like that. And I just don't know what's going on. I'm just like getting blocked all the time, like on Facebook. I don't know who's all, hey, Facebook. And if anybody's on my YouTube, I see somebody's on YouTube and Facebook, somebody's on there, but he's saying, how did this come up on my timeline? I don't know. I don't know what's going on Facebook. So none of my stuff is really getting seen over there. But anyway, thank y'all for joining me. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and share. Even if y'all see my videos or whatever, share them just so they can be seen, I guess, because I don't know what's going on. I think I'm being censored. Well, I know I'm being kind of, I don't know what's going on. But be sure to like, subscribe, share, everything like that. I'm going to be posting some more as I continue researching and writing my new book concerning addressing, did welfare destroy the Black family? Of course, I say no. And I'm going to discuss it thoroughly to prove my thoughts on that. Oh, thank you for joining me. You have a blessed evening as well. So, and I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on that. I know we have been hearing that. I know I've been hearing it for a very long time. So I'm looking forward to hearing everybody's thoughts on that as far as the welfare destroying the Black family. And yeah. So I'm going to be traveling coming next week. So I'm going to try to be on here, but some places I'm not going to have a lot of reception. So, and I know if it's difficult for me to get on here in the States, I'm going to be fucking struggling. So I'm going to try to get on and try to bring the news and bring everything that I love to do. And that's that. So thank y'all. And that's it. Woo, it's hard to get that video out. Y'all have a good one. Fight the power.